Bailey with the microphone. Oh, God.
Well, you can tell that Christmas has come and gone in Cornelia, Georgia, because all the men stink like a Brute 33 gift set, and all the women, well, there's not much different about them, because who would buy any of these stupid gifts anyway? Now, on to more important things like Christmas chaos, the night the NWA Elite ruled. First of all, it was Rainman, climaxing one of the greatest 6 months of singles wrestling accomplishment. The things he did, ending Rick Michaels' career, pinning Dory Funk Jr. in Florida, pinning superstar Trent Acid in Philadelphia, running through the whole roster to become the world television champion. And then it was the Iceberg, the being of inconceivable horror. And what he did was just freaking amazing. He handed Stone Mountain only the second pinfall loss he's ever suffered in a 5-year career.
With an assist.
This man, the world heavyweight champion. And now, as great as all that was, there were mistakes made at Christmas Chaos. Obviously, I didn't make any mistakes, but John Phoenix embarrassed himself, embarrassed me, and embarrassed the whole NWA Elite. And what he received for that embarrassment was I slapped him like a bitch and sent him packing, fired, gone. He's out of here. He was a disgrace to the NWA Elite. If he couldn't beat Jason Cross, well, by God, he couldn't beat anybody, so he's out of here. And now they're trying to say that because of John Phoenix's incompetence, that I'm no longer the CEO. Well, I'm here to tell you that that's BS, because I'm always gonna be the boss. I'm Jeff G. Bailey, and that means in this building, I am your God, and you will recognize me as such. And nobody from the NWA, let alone some like NWA President Dick Arpin or that other old man Behrens, is ever gonna tell me what to do.
And here is Bill Behrens to decide to tell Jeff Bailey precisely what he needs to do.
Jeff, I think I heard you call. Jeff, you're neglecting to remind these people that we had a stipulation in the main event. You're neglecting to remind them that your man, John Phoenix, was pinned.
He's not my man, he's
You neglected to remind them that John Phoenix then knocked you on your ass.
It's a damn lie.
And you neglected to remind them what I'm here to do, and that is announce the new CEO. Now I know that our new Chief Executive Officer has a few initial words for you and your elite.
What's left of them?
Wow. I can say that I do know that the year 2003 will be a hell of a lot better now that Jeff G. Bailey is not in charge. And you know, I notice now that Jeff's not in charge, the attendance has gotten a little bigger.
We'll take that.
Well, since I am now the CEO of Wildside, I got a few notes I want to tell you, Jeff. First off, Jeff, well, that's true. You do suck. And Jeff, I'll go ahead and finish the other one. You swallow too. So there you go.
At least I'm not a stinking cripple.
Well, you're a nonetheless. Anyway, first off, Jeff G. Bailey, I may not can physically get in that ring, but I can tell you this. I will be watching every single little move that you make, and if you decide to cross the line one time, I'll make sure you're gone from even being a manager. Now on to some other business here. Andrew Thomas. Step forward there, QBQ. I got a question for you. Who do you hate worse, Speedy Nelson or Mike Posey? Which one do you hate worse?
The other two referees of Wildside.
Speedy Nelson.
Well, it's good that you said Speedy Nelson. Speedy Nelson, come out here just a second. Speedy, come out here. Quit looking at Onyx and come here.
Speedy, one of our illustrious referees.
Ladies and gentlemen, let me announce to you the new senior official of Wildside, Speedy Nelson.
Oh my goodness!
Congratulations.
Andrew Thomas just fainted. Andrew Thomas just fainted, dead away.
Look what you've done!
Well, then get down there and give him mouth to mouth.
I'm not calling that.
And once he wakes up, tell him that not only are you going to be doing officiating, but I got a little other odd jobs that you're going to be doing around the arena all through the night. You'll find that out later. And the first match that I'm making tonight, my friend and former NWA Elite member and the man that ran your boyfriend out of town, Jason Cross, will get a TV title shot tonight against Rainman.
It's like the TV champ Rainman. I'm very happy about that.
The title, or I'll strip it from it. Well, get Jeff to kiss your ass. And in the match that the Pillsbury Doughboys defending his title against David Young, Bailey, if you even think of sticking your nose, your finger, or your little stinky $2 Gucci shoes into the match, you'll be hanging out with Tony Stradlin on a suspension.
And injured David Young is perhaps one of the most dangerous competitors you'll ever see. Oh my God! He just wasn't a pipe. He is clocking the World Heavyweight Champion with a pipe, and an Iceberg takes a header. Whee, what is that?
Looks like a piece of piping to me. And David Young is damn serious about winning the Wildside Heavyweight title tonight.
The rate he's going, he's got it. Boy, Young is unstoppable. I mean, Iceberg, I'm sure expected a fight. I didn't think he expected this much quite so soon.
David Young spits water in the face of the Iceberg.
I guess Iceberg needed some cooling off.
It was David Young that the Iceberg pinned for that very Wildside Heavyweight Championship in September at the Wildside 3-year anniversary show.
And a chair careening across the head of Iceberg. Iceberg's able to duck a little and have the chair pretty much glide across his head, which is still a lot of square yardage last I checked.
Is it ever?
Young rolling Iceberg into the ring. Didn't expect the tide to be turning to David Young quite so soon, but Young is serious as all get out. And Iceberg, boy, haven't seen him in that sort of shape, and at least certainly since Christmas Chaos. And that great Stone Mountain matchup, that is available, of course, on Wildside home video.
And David Young, the man that pinned AJ Styles at Christmas Chaos 2002, also the only man in Wildside history to pin the Iceberg. David Young did it at Freedom Fight 2002 in the 8-man War Games Steel Cage matchup. Also available exclusively on Wildside home video. These two men have had a rivalry that's extended for quite some time now. And here, as we kick off 2003, as we tape this television program, the Iceberg and David Young locking it up again. The Iceberg charges avalanche into the corner.
Oh, God. And if I recall from Freedom Fight, we actually saw David Young spinebuster the massive Iceberg off that top rope. I do believe that is an event that has not been equaled. It's been attempted more than a few times, even by Young. And Young's able to get a leg on that bottom rope. Jeff Bailey's got enough on his mind that is having to deal with this. The now former CEO of Wildside, back to managing professional wrestlers and ambulance chasing, apparently.
Scooping a slam as the 600-pound beast continues to stalk David Young.
But he's doing it really slowly. Oh, God.
A thigh drop of doom.
All Young saw was black. A total eclipse of very ugly negative proportions. But Young, though, gets a shoulder up. I think Iceberg sort of anticipated that, even a look on his face, although he's hoping for a quick pin there. I think even Iceberg knows there's a lot of fight left in the Messiah of the Spine Buster.
Well, for a man lesser than David Young, that leg drop that we just saw may be the last thing anybody would ever see.
Young's seen it before and lived to tell the tale.
He's lived through a lot. A 13-year veteran of the sport, has competed in Japan, has competed in matches for the World Wrestling Federation, World Championship Wrestling. He's been all over the world. Currently a regular on NWA TNA each and every Wednesday night on pay-per-view. Check your local pay-per-view provider to see David Young in action.
And in demand over at 01 in Japan. And the fighting style of David Young, very much admired in Japan, and expect he had another couple of tours for 01 in 2003 for the Messiah.
The Iceberg also knows the realms of the Orient, having crushed Mr. Pogo and pinned him 1, 2, 3. And now David Young is fighting out of this death grip that the Wildside champion has on him, and he's trying to wrench Young's head up. David Young ducks the Iceberg shot, but the Iceberg's right there to duck. And a 600-pound spear levels the Messiah of the Spine Buster.
Young was moving with such furious speed that Iceberg didn't even have to really move. He just had to stand there and position his shoulders. And in fact, Young sort of speared himself on Iceberg.
And David Young, a two-time Wildside heavyweight champion himself, also a four-time World Tag Team champion.
Oh. A quick shot to the cods, which will slow down anybody, even a behemoth like Iceberg.
She can attack any man, even a 600-pound beast, as David Young gets the crowd riled behind him. He's going for the Spine Buster, but it was simply too soon. It was too early in the contest, and Iceberg locks on a bear hug, and David Young is trying with everything he's got to break it. Belly-to-belly suplex by Young.
Beautifully done. Where Young got that from, any idea? I have no idea. Regardless, Young trying to position Iceberg in the middle of the ring. I think Iceberg had been right for the pinning. A moonsault that it didn't quite hit the target. And I think that was to Iceberg's benefit there. I think after that belly-to-belly, I think Iceberg was right for the pinning. Young may realize that now, but that's hindsight.
Well, right for the pinning and Iceberg are two words that are seldom used in the same sentence.
I think Young could use them. I have Spine Buster from Iceberg. Damn good one, too.
Insult to injury personified. And the Iceberg ground zero splash.
Oh, no. And Iceberg with a very convincing win over David Young.
Retaining the Wildside Heavyweight Championship, the No Pain Train, the Iceberg.